guys, we are so glad you're with us today. We are talking about the Israelites still, and you will see that Ty is not with us today. He did not have time for this today. He has so many places he has to be and friends he has to see. So, guess what? I have the best substitute for Ty. Come here. It's Sadie. Turn around, Sadie, so everybody can see. This is our dog, Sadie. She's 6 years old, and she loves everyone. And she's going to be part of our story today, aren't you? She will not stop looking at me. Hey, stand up. Let's show the kids some of your tricks. Come over here. Okay, can you sit? Can you lay down? Oh, can you okay. Can you shake? Can you shake? You're not going to do that? Here, sit. Okay, can you shake? Shake. Oh, good job. So she knows a few tricks, okay? So she is going to be with us today. I'm going to try to get her turned around because she... Okay, stay right here. Sadie. Okay, stay right there. Right there. Okay, so do you guys have a dog or a cat or any kind of pet at your house? So if you do, tell me what their name is. Tell me what kind of pet it is. We've had a fish for a long time, and we've had a turtle, and we've had a hermit crab, and now we have Sadie. So, okay, so today is obviously Pet Day for our Parkside Kids video. I don't know if she's in the shot or not. She's just going to lay down. So we're going to talk about our story, and she's going to be one of the props for the story. Okay, so remember last week we went on a scavenger hunt, and we were searching for the 10 Commandments. And that was something that God had given to Moses as rules for the Israelites, for God's people, but it's for all of us, even to this day. And so those 10 Commandments are what we are to live by. And so we were searching for those. Well, remember I also told you that when Moses went up on the mountain, he didn't just get the tablets and come back down. He talked with God for 40 days and 40 nights on the mountain. I think that's so amazing that he had that time with God. Well, while he was up on the mountain for a few weeks, the people, the Israelites down below, they got really upset that he wasn't coming back down. And they thought that he had abandoned them. So, do you remember Moses' brother's name? Starts with an A. If you said Aaron, then you're right. So the people went to Aaron and said, he's abandoned us. We need a God to worship. So guess what he did? He kind of led them into this big sin. And it's one of our commandments that we talked about last week, okay? So Aaron went among the people, and he had them give him their gold necklaces, gold earrings, gold rings, anything that was gold. And he put it in the fire and he melted it. And guess what he made out of the gold? He made a golden calf for the people to bow down and worship instead of God. That's horrible. Remember last week we said that there is what? One God, and we are to worship that one God. But sometimes we get confused about things we love or love to do, people we love, and we worship them or worship that thing instead of worshiping God the most. So we're going to do a little activity. If you've got some Play-Doh, or if you just want to draw a picture, if you don't have Play-Doh at home, that is fine. If you want to get your markers and crayons out and you want to draw a picture instead of Play-Doh, but I'm going to give you a second. Come here, Sadie. What is that? I'm going to give you a second to go find some Play-Doh at your house, and we're going to do something with it in just a second. So there are lots of things that people can worship besides God. Even mommies and daddies, even big people have things that we worship sometimes, and we forget that we need to love and worship God the most. So as a kid, maybe things that you worship are your toys, or sometimes you worship spending time with your friends, or going to the pool, or maybe even a pet like Sadie. Maybe you worship those things and you put all your time and effort into that. Maybe it's sports, like you really love baseball, so you play baseball all the time. And you forget that some of the time that you need to spend during the day is with God, and not just playing with your friends all day, and not just doing baseball or going to swim. As adults, there's lots of things that we can worship. Mommies and daddies sometimes worship social media. If they're on Facebook or Instagram or doing TikToks, I don't know. But that's a big one for moms and dads. Also work, their jobs. Sometimes we can worship our job and put that before God. So there are lots of other things that we could worship. But here's what we're going to do. I want you to, I hope you have your Play-Doh now. I want you to take your Play-Doh and make something that you really love. Okay, so make something that you really, really love, or something that you love to do. Okay, something that you love to do. I'm going to make my favorite sport that I love, that I grew up playing all the time. This is probably going to look a little rough, but we'll see. So make something that you love to do, or that you just love. We're going to do this together. Okay. This looks really pitiful. So growing up, I was always in tennis lessons, and I loved tennis. And I played tennis all the time. My brothers did too, but I didn't like playing with them because when they got mad, they threw their racket down. I didn't like that. So I played with other people. Here's my tennis racket. Such a great artist. So that's what I love. But if Miss Shanna spent her whole day, I wake up in the morning and I go to the tennis courts and I play tennis all day. And then I come home at night and eat and maybe sit in front of the TV. I've spent no time with God that day. And so slowly, things that you love, or things that you love to do, or like your favorite hobbies, you start to worship those things more than God. And so God tells us that He wants us to spend time with Him every day. So we can have these things. I can play tennis. I love it. Mr. Tim, my husband, does not like playing with me because I beat him every time. But I love playing that so much. But those are things that God has put in our lives to add adventure and fun to our lives, but it doesn't take the place of God. So Moses came down God told Moses to come down from the mountain and see what his people were doing. And Moses was so enraged. God was so enraged, and he said, I'm going to punish them. And Moses begged for God not to punish the people. So he disciplined them. He went back up to the mountain to talk to God. But the people of Israel, taking their gold and melting it into a golden cow for them to bow down to and worship, that is sin, and that is bad. And we read that story and we think, that's so bad. Why did they do that? But sometimes we do that too, just with other things. So thanks for listening today. Sadie, come here. You want to say bye to everybody? You want to say bye? She keeps backing up. Look, what's this? Oh, I knew you would come over. Come here. Let's say bye to everybody. She wants to run around instead of stay still. Okay, can you say bye? Say bye to the kids. maybe they have their dogs watching with them today too, right? So the Israelites learned a good lesson about not putting anything or anyone before God. And so that's our lesson today, that we need to give God time every day. We have other things that we can do, but the thing that's going to make us the happiest is spending time with God. So, okay, guys, we love you. Have a great week. Bye.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me. Everybody, everywhere, as far as my eyes can see. We're in the hands of love. We're in the hands of God. He's with us every step. His love will never stop. He's got the whole world in his hands, in his hands, in his hands. Every boy, every girl, every woman and man. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands, in his hands, in his hands. On his truth and promises we can stand. He's got the whole world in his hands. Whole world in his hands.
Never before and never again will there ever be one like you. Through all time you stand. My God is good, my God is great. In his sight we're perfectly wonderfully made. He's got the whole world in his hands, in his hands, in his hands. Every boy, every girl, every woman and man. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands, in his hands, in his hands. On his truth and promises we can stand. He's got the whole world in his hands. Red and yellow, black and white. Every color, every shade.
We are precious in his sight.
By his love we are made. Red and yellow, black and white.
Every color, every shade.
We are precious in his sight.
By his love we are made.
Red and yellow, black and white.
Every color, every shade.
We are precious in his sight.
By his love we are made. He's got the whole world in his hands, in his hands, in his hands. Every boy, every girl, every woman and man. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands, in his hands, in his hands. On his truth and promises we can stand. He's got the whole world in his hands. Whole world in his hands.
Every time I hear this groove, it makes me wanna move. Must be a feeling it brings to you that makes you do what you do. Every time I hear this groove, it makes me wanna move. Must be a feeling it brings to you that makes you do what you do. Every time, every time, every time, every time, every time I hear this groove, it makes me wanna move. Must be a feeling it brings to you that makes you do what you do. Time to move, time to get loose. Anywhere you are, it's time to